of art that we're going to cover is color, and we're going to look at intensity of hue. And remember, hue is the same thing as color. So turn to page 10, and we're going to do intensity of red on the first one. So at the top of this list, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces here. Write the word green and red at the bottom. Green and red are complementary colors. When you put them next to each other, they're madly in love with each other. They look at each other like, darling, you look marvelous. They always look at each other from across the color wheel. Okay? They're kind of freaky-deaky about each other. They love each other. Alright, but if green and red get together, as you will see, and mix, and they're going to make a little baby right about here. Okay? It's going to look a little bit like baby poo. So, in your first space at the top, put green in your first space. Put red in your bottom space. And then we're going to start mixing those colors. Now, you're going to lightly put in your red, then green, then red again. So the first space, or second from the bottom space, is going to be 2 parts red plus 1 part green. The second from the top is going to be 2 parts green plus 1 part red. So you're going to start here, put your green in. Remember, when we're mixing colors, you can't press really hard at the beginning. I might have just pressed a little too hard. Then you're going to put a layer of red, and then your second layer of green. Then in the middle, it's going to be 1 part green plus 1 part red. It's going to be 50-50. So in the middle here, you should have sort of a baby poo color. I'm going to go green, then red, then green, then red. Now, one of your assignments this semester is we're going to paint fruit. In 7th grade, we learned how to work with paints and create volume with high key and low key values, and chiaroscuro, light on a round form. But we just do it in black and white. This year, we're learning how to shade with color. So when we paint an apple, when we paint a red apple, there are going to be areas of that red apple that are going to be a darker maroon color. We're not using any black in that assignment. You're going to use green to make the intensity of the red less intense. The next one is violet at the top and yellow at the bottom. So it's a high intensity of yellow, and as we go to the middle, high intensity of violet at the top. As we go to the middle, baby poo. Alright, so it's going to be, here's our formulas, 2 parts yellow plus 1 part violet. Middle will be 1/2 yellow plus 1/2 violet. And then at the top will be 2 parts violet plus 1 part yellow. So I'm going to get my yellow and color that in the top. Yeah, my pencil broke. That means that someone dropped or tapped this pencil and the lead is dead inside. The top I'm going to shade in my yellow. The bottom I'm going to color, erase. Bummer. I made a mistake.
I did the same thing.
Oh, okay. If you did the same thing, then you can switch those colors if you need to. I'm going to erase mine out. I try, for the most part, I try to buy erasable colored pencils for mistakes. Okay, bottom is yellow. I'm a dork, I'm a dork, I'm a dork, dork, dork. Okay. Then the top is violet. Okay, what do you need to do? You need to raise your hand, not your voice. You guys, if you need something, actually, go back there and get what you need out of the tower. Get what your desk needs. Okay, then here we're going to do 2 parts yellow, 1 part violet. So if it says 2 parts yellow, that means I'm going to lay down the yellow first. Especially if you're mixing colors with yellow. Yellow is such a high key that all the other colors dominate it. So I'm going to lightly lay down my yellow, then my violet, Then my yellow again. Notice that the intensity is getting less intense, but we're not quite at baby poo yet. Then this is half yellow, half violet. So I'm going to lightly lay down my violet. I could have started with my yellow. Perhaps I should have. I'm not sure. Then my yellow. So now I've got 50-50 yellow and violet. I'm going to go over it one more time with one part of each to blend one more time. Till I have a less intense color. Till I have sort of a brown. And then the top one is 2 violets. 1 part violet. Remember to lay it down lightly. Use the side of your pencil. You're going to get a way more even shading there if you use the side. Then a layer of yellow. And then one more layer of violet. So none of these spaces can look the same. They all need to be different. They're going to be really close, but they can't be exactly the same. Okay, the last one, orange at the top, blue at the bottom. The second from the bottom will be 2 parts blue, 2B plus, 2B or not to be. Alright, 2B plus 1 O, 1 orange. In the middle, 1/2 blue plus 1/2 violet. And second from the top is 2 parts orange plus 1 part blue. Did I seriously say violet there?
Yeah.
Yep, orange. Oh! Did I mention I'm a dork? Alright, so the bottom I'm going to color that blue.
Yep.
And at the top, and since I'm not blending that, I can press a little harder with that. The top I'm going to do orange. Then I'm going to do 2 parts orange, 1 part blue. So lightly I'm going to lay down my orange. Then my blue. And my orange again. So if you get an orange in your still life, you're not using black to get those middle key values or low key values, you're using the complementary color. Okay, the middle one, half orange, half blue. So 1 layer of orange and 1 layer of blue. And I want that, the middle one should be your darkest one. But they may be the exception of yellow, because violet is just naturally more intense than yellow. But try to get your darkest value in the middle. And if you have to take those layers several times, that's fine. Keep in mind that the formulas, the mathematical formulas that I give you for color theory, they're a guideline. Because some of you are going to press harder than others, and so naturally you're going to put on more or less pigment onto the paper. Alright, then this one is 1 part blue, 1 part orange, and then another part blue. Austin, were you correcting me? And I want that to be more blue than the middle one, so I'm going to go over that a little bit more with my blue. Okay, that's intensity. High and low key values of color. At the bottom you're going to do red, yellow, and blue. The high key value will be really, really light, just hardly any pigment at all on the page. The low key value will be really as dark as you can make it. So the first one is red. I'm just going to color that in as dark as I can without breaking my lead. I tend to press kind of hard with my pencils. That's why I don't like mechanical pencils. I break them. And then I'm just going to lighten up a little bit more for each one. So I'm creating a value scale with color. Then we've got yellow. Yellow's going to be a little hard to see. Low key value at the top, so you're going to make it as dark as you can, and then lighter. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it on the screen. And then the very top one, hardly anything at all in there. And then last one is blue.
Blue is what color?
Nothing. At the bottom you're just doing a value scale with color. So you're going to get it lighter and lighter just by put less pressure. And the top one is just hardly anything at all. You have a gradual change from dark to light.